Good morning, everybody. It is October the 14th. Time to kick off another trading day. It's have some news today that can govern the trading. We've got retail sales, we've got PPI, business inventories. No one will pay any attention to them. We've got the beige book, where they will cover to see how the regions, the Fed regions, are going. And last month on the beige book, 6 of the Fed regions were seeing significant contraction in business activity. PPI is called minus 0.2%. Core plus 0.1. And they'll take a look at this. It'll take a backseat to retail sales. Retail sales plus 0.1. And X autos minus 0.1. PPI can come in lower than forecast. X autos can come in. Retail sales numbers can come in lower than forecast. Business inventories unchanged. And the beige book. And last month on the beige book, 6 of the reporting regions showed significant business contraction. So that's the news that we'll face. The focus will be retail sales, X autos, and then PPI. And then lastly, but it comes late in the day, we'll have the beige book. So that's what we'll look at. So resistance is at 2 to 4. Stops are above 2.5. We've got a P right now, so I'm going to put the first sell 3 to 7. I think we're going to go a little higher. A lot of it depends on what goes on in the E-mini. It is pointed lower this morning. Looks like it's going to try to sell. Then 11 to 15 will be sell 2. On the buy side, 25 to 29. That's where support is. And then 21 to 17. But it's really going to hinge on what the news does today. And the problem we're going to face is good news bad news for the E-mini, or is bad news good news? And that you never really know with 100% certainty how it's going to play. Sometimes it works. So if bad news means the Fed can't cut interest rates, and nobody thinks, raise interest rates, nobody thinks they're going to raise it now anytime soon, then the E-mini can rally. And it's that 2040, 2050 area, I think, is where the E-mini is pointed right now, with or without the news. And if we fail to take out the 2040, 2050, I think it sets the market up for new lows on the next rotation lower, whenever that might be. Looking at the 30-year, again, it's pointed higher. You can see that volume is over time. This is significant. It only takes a tick. So people are willing to pay up to get long or to cover their shorts. They're not trying to buy it on the cheap. So I think we're in a position to get stops above the overnight, but selling failure to take out 16 to 20 is the easiest trade to see. It is resistance. We're here. And if it holds, the market should go the other way. This is not rocket surgeon stuff. Just for you, Nancy. Nancy's our resident rocket surgeon. 5 to 1 on the buy side. Buy 1. Might take a 9 to get in. It's really how's the news going to break. And I think the retail sales numbers can come in lower than forecast. And then the second buy is 21 to 25. So selling failure to take out 16 to 20, then 27 to 31. On the buy side, 1 to 5, and then 21 to 25. When the market's moving, we have no trouble at all blowing through our number 1 support and resistance points. It's a big market. It moves. I put those in there because if we can't take out near resistance or support, it is significant. Okay, looking at gold. Gold got slammed. Not after another strong opening. Remember we said yesterday that the 75 area would be where gold was likely to get. Right there it is, 75, and you had it in your hands yesterday afternoon by 2:30 Central. So again, the structure can really help you out in understanding market numbers and what's going on. So the market was a buy. We didn't get close to our buy area. We blew through the 70 area, which was first resistance, got up to our number 2 point, and then the market took off. And we had 62 as support. Right now it's 64, 62. So 62, 64 is going to be buy one. Then we'll drop it down to 55, 57 because somebody came in and really hammered the market this morning. Didn't want to let gold get too far ahead of itself. So we've got resistance right here at 68 to 70. We'll make 70, 69, 71. Let them get into this area. See that little high volume number right there. Sell one. And then 74, 76 where we had it yesterday on the sell 2. Okay, China. Gosh, I forget how many pips they took out of it last night. Ooh. Want to say 177, but that seems a little large. And again, I don't know if it's a 4 decimal place currency or not. So 177 pips might be nothing. But China is going to protect their markets by lowering their prices. And euro came in. We were looking for 14.15.25, then basically 14.50, and we made it up to looks like 38. So 35.45 sell 1, 75 sell 2. 115 is a pretty round number. We got all this volume, and you can just see right here how the 1387, 1390, that's where volume was. That was the fair price from yesterday's entire day's worth of activity, and that's where TWX held. So the getting stops beneath this number, leaning against it. We're going to make 95 to 85 buy 1, and then 50 to 60 buy 2. Okay, looking at crude. Selling that started yesterday in J period. Again, you can see how what happens on go with markets. They like to get into the single prints. Responsive markets, this 2-letter ledge is pretty formidable resistance. But in a go with market, they like to get it. They usually get about halfway into these single prints. So got pretty stout resistance at 47, then at 47.50. On the support side, our 46, 46 and a quarter, which is where we wanted to buy yesterday, held up. 46.50, 46 and we had 46, 46 and a quarter. So 46.25 to 50, buy 1, buy 2. 46 even, 45.75. Things are supposedly heating up in Syria. Iranian troops are arriving by the bus load, depending on which the bus comes, by water or by land or by air. And Russia's prepping the battlefield. Now, Russia, you can't believe everything that comes out of Russia, but it looks like from my eye that they're prosecuting the air war as they should. They're taking out logistics, they're destroying ammunition, they're destroying fuel, they're destroying trucks, the way you move stuff around on the ground. In preparation, they're prepping the battlefield. And you know, they've come in a little over a week, done something that we've been screwing around with over a year, and it shows you how serious we were about stopping ISIS. Not serious at all. After all, we trained and armed a lot of those guys, right? We don't want to kill our buddies. And that just shows you, again, how naive or utterly stupid the powers that run these departments and bureaus are. They don't have a clue. And they're not the best and the brightest. They're the most connected. They work their connections and their networks from Washington, D.C. to Boston. They know everybody. They're well taken care of. And it's a consensus deal. And we're seeing the results of that right now. And it's not very pretty. Okay, can the E-mini break today? And again, just to review the news, PPI minus 0.2, core plus 0.1, retail sales plus 0.1, ex-autos minus 0.1, and that is the market's focus. And PPI and retail sales that come out at the same time. Business inventories unchanged. And then the beige book. And the beige book that comes out, I believe at 2, can bring in a market spike, but it's retail sales ex-autos. Number 1, PPI number 2, they hit at the same time. PPI will be buried, and then number 3 will be the beige book. So can we break the market? And we've had this breakout area in the 90-92 area. So we're at 95. Volume is actually leaning to the top. So 85 to 90 is buy 1, and 75 to 80 is buy 2. The sell is 2000, 2005, and then 10 to 15. And again, I have no clue whether bad news would be good news or good news would be bad news. It's not very consistent. I wish it weren't that way, but that is just what we're being dealt these days. And I think the market's pretty well accepted that the Fed can't raise interest rates anytime soon. So what next? You know, what's in store for us next? And I think the market wants to try to trade lower. That's countered by the biggest short interest we've had since before Lehman, and that's where we are. And then we have option expiration this Friday, which in the 2000 price for puts and calls is a big number. So it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that right now. Be back with you as soon as I can in a bit.